Hey, what's going on, guys? Rosie here, and I have a very interesting video for you guys today. So, lately, for the past week or two, I've been thinking about my Odd Eyes deck. I want to say about 2 weeks now I've been thinking about it, and I noticed that I hadn't finished it in person, and that I only had the core sitting around in a deck box, not being used. So I'm like, you know what? Odd Eyes is one of my favorite decks. Why am I not playing it? I especially really like the art for it, and I decided, you know what, let me go ahead and look up some lists to kind of get inspiration to put it together. So I went surfing through YouTube. I found this channel called DBZ Biscuit, I think it was, and the guy focuses on mostly on Odd Eyes based content. So I kind of scrolled through some of his videos. I watched the post ban list ones, and I kind of thought about some of the card choices he had, and thought about some stuff in general that I could try with the deck. And I actually came up with a really, really good list that I feel is very consistent right now. It may not be perfect, but so far it's been working very well. And it can actually play through a few negates. So, for now, what I want to do is I want to do maybe two combos for you guys. The first one's a 3-card combo, and then the second one's a more extended combo that gets into a lot more. And then, I'd also like to try to get this video to 30 or between 30 and 40 likes. If we get it to that like goal, then I will bring the deck profile the day that we hit that like goal, if possible. So, guys, hit that like button now. This is going to be a really, really fun deck to play, and it's going to be really strong too. So, I hope you guys enjoy. Let me go ahead and start the combo. Alright, for the sake of this video, I'm using the Cyber's Clock Dragon mat for Soul Fusion, since it has the zones. And then I have my Field Center Averamax because I freaking love my Averamax Field Center. Alright, so for this combo, you only need one specific card, and that's Chronograph Sorcerer. Actually, yeah, you need Chronograph Sorcerer for this combo. And then you just need any way of getting Darkworm to the grave, and just a high skill. We're using Arc Pendulum for the sake of this video because there's just so many ways of getting to this high skill that there's no reason not to see it. So, start off, we're going to activate the Dragon Shrine. I actually pulled some of the cards out already for this, so... Actually, no, I didn't. I lied. We're going to dump the Darkworm. And then, we're going to go ahead and use its effect to special itself. On summon, we're going to search the Gate 0. And then we're going to go ahead and activate Chronograph. Effect, Chronograph destroy itself, special Time Gazer. Then we're going to go ahead and link up into our Electromite. There we go. And with Electrum's effect, we are going to send to the extra deck specifically a level 7. Where is it? I'm going to send an Arc Pendulum Dragon. So now I'm going to go ahead and set the scales, and I'm going to Pendulum summon from the extra deck the Darkworm and the Odd Eyes to where Electrum points to. Next, I'm going to activate Electrum's effect. I'm going to pop the Gate 0 to add the Chronograph. That's going to start Chronograph's effect. Since a Pendulum was destroyed, you special it. So now we go off for a Guardragon combo. Link away the Darkworm for the Elpie. Link away the Chronograph and the Electromite for your Triple Burst Dragon. With Elpie's effect, we get our Destrudo. Actually, no, we get Tempest for this combo. And then we link Tempest and Triple Burst into our Agripane. Effect Agripane, special one of your negates. Whether you'd either pick Crystal Wing here, or Arching Abyss, or Hope Harbinger. special the Abyss. Link your 2 Guardragons into, where is it? The Romulus. Effective Romulus, you're going to search your Dragon Ravine. Oh, and actually you would have drew a card off Electromite, but you're actually not even going to use it. It's just not needed for this combo. But then next, you're just going to activate Tempest's effect from grave. You're going to banish your 2 Guardragons to special itself. And you're going to overlay Tempest with your Odd Eyes Arc Pendulum Dragon to make your Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon. And then you're just going to link your Romulus with your Absolute Dragon to make your Sphere. And then from the grave, activate Absolute's effect. You're going to special Vortex. So with 3 cards, you got 2 cards to hand. You still have a scale in play, and then you have 2 negates and a Heretic Sphere. Which, after you use Sphere's effect, you bounce an opponent's card, and then you can special summon from the deck a copy of the Odd Eyes Persona Dragon, who's actually another built-in negate. Or you can special summon a Morphage Sloth and lock them out of the extra deck. And then last but not least, you could also summon Aether the Evil Empowering Dragon to banish a card on their field on their turn. So you have plenty of options for your Sphere, but for the sake of this being an Odd Eyes combo, I decided to just show you guys the Persona Dragon. So that's for the first combo, the 3-card combo. Now into a more extended version of the, well, more extended combo in general. So let me go ahead and set up. Alright guys, now this is the more extensive combo that requires pretty much your full hand. It's going to require 2 Arc Pendulum Dragons, which really isn't a problem because you have plenty of searches to get into it. Plus you're running 3 copies of it anyway. You're going to need an Odd Eye Scale, Darkworm, and Sky Iris. Now you need specifically Darkworm in general. Actually, it doesn't even have to be just Darkworm. You can just use Foolish or Shrine as well. But for the sake of making this combo a little bit quicker, we're just going to use Darkworm. So we're going to start by normaling the Darkworm and adding Gate 0. Where's my Gate 0? Right there. So we're going to add the Gate 0. Then we're going to activate the Sky Iris and set our Pendulum Scales. Then we're going to activate Sky Iris's effect. We're going to pop the Persona Dragon, send it to the extra deck, and then we're going to search. Here's a shocker. We're adding Odd Eyes Synchron to our hand. And that's also going to proc the effect of our Odd Eyes Arc Pendulum Dragon, and we're going to special summon the Odd Eyes Mirage Dragon. So now we're just going to link them away to make our Electromite. With Electrum's effect, we are going to send a level set. We're just going to send Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. It's perfectly fine. So then we're going to go ahead and set Gate 0 to the scale. And now we're going to Pendulum Summon. We're going to bring out the Darkworm and the Odd Eyes Mirage Dragon. And also from our hand, we're going to bring out the Odd Eyes Synchron. Guess what? Odd Eyes have a built-in level 3 and level 2 tuner. 3 plus 2 is 5. Guess what we're going into? If you haven't guessed, here's the answer. You can make Ib and Odd Eyes. Effect on summon for Ib, add World Legacy Succession to our hand. So then we're going to go ahead and link away the Darkworm. And we're going to go ahead and special summon our Guardragon Elpie. Then we're going to link Ib together with our Electromite to make our Triple Burst Dragon. Ib's effect when she's sent to the grave, we are going to special summon the World Chalice Guardragon. And then we're going to use Triple Burst effect. We're not going to summon Tempest this time. We're going to summon Destrudo this time. And then we're going to link Triple Burst with Destrudo in order to make our Argopane. With Argobane's effect, we're going to special our Abyss. And then we're going to go ahead and link up our Elpie and our Argopane to make our Dragoonity Romulus. Romulus's effect on summon, we're going to add the Ravine, which is actually going to be relevant this time. And then we're going to activate our World Legacy Succession to special summon our Destrudo, so we don't have to summon it at a lower level. So you could have reserved the World Legacy Succession if you wanted to, but then you would have to end up using your Destrudo's effect. The reason I use Succession is so I can have Destrudo stay at level 7, because 7 plus 1 is 8, and that 8 gets us into Borreload Savage Dragon. So then that's going to... So a Savage on Summon effect, we are going to equip the Triple Burst Dragon into it, and so it's going to gain half its attack and 3 Boral counters that we can use to negate 3 separate turns. So then next, we're going to activate our Dragon's Ravine over Sky Iris. And with its effect, we're going to discard the Arc Pendulum from our hand in order to send Tempest to the grave. So then we're going to go ahead and activate Tempest's effect. We're banishing the Argopane and Elpie to summon it. And then activate the effect of World Child's Guardragon. Since Arc Pendulum Dragon's a normal monster, it's a valid target for our Guardragon, so we can special summon Arc Pendulum Dragon. I think it has to be in defense mode. Yeah, to where our link monster is pointing to. So then we're going to overlay Tempest and our Arc Pendulum Dragon in order to make our Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon. Which then we're going to link away Absolute and Romulus to get our Heraldic Sphere. And that's going to trigger the effect of our Absolute since it hit grave after being C-summoned. Special Vortex. So now it did take a little bit more cards, but we got more value out of it. We have, on top of last time, we have a Borreload Savage Dragon with 3 negates on it. We still have a pretty bulky extra deck of stuff we didn't use. We have both our scales still. We have a field spell, and then we have Tempest and Destrudo still usable in the grave, along with some other valid cards in the grave that could be used. So yeah, that was the more thought out combo that took a little bit of time to put together. Once I realized that I had easy access to a level 3 and a level 2 to make a synchro for 5 in the deck, I was like, you know what? Ib has some really good use in this deck. So then I went ahead and took some time, thought out the combo when I had nothing else to do. Like, I was just sitting at work, honestly, and I was like, what can I do to make better? Wait, Ib's a really good card. Oh my gosh, Odd Eye Synchron's level 2, Mirage is level 3, we have access to Ib. And that succession is very important because that helps us get our, literally Ib gives us our Borreload Savage Dragon because she brings out the level 1 monster and then access to Destrudo without having to use its effect. So if we decided to keep the succession though, so say we didn't even use World Legacy Succession, we could have easily just used Destrudo's effect targeting the World Child's Guardragon to special itself. And we could have, instead of having Savage with the Triple Burst, we could have just synchroed for 7 Destrudo at being a level 6 and had Dragster in its place. So you could have still had Succession in your hand as a follow-up on your next turn if your opponent happened to clear some of your field. But I just feel like the Savage is just a little bit more important, maybe a little bit better in a way. But honestly, it's very situational. If you're in a matchup that just negating the card isn't enough and you need to destroy it too, then Dragster is your guy. If just negating it's enough, then Savage is your guy. But just know that all 3 of these are generic negates. They don't negate anything specifically. The only specific negate is your Archfiend Abyss, which negates a card on field, while these two can stop legitimately anything, while Vortex has a destruction after the negate. And then again, with our sphere, you can use the sphere, and then we can add to the field a Odd Eyes Persona Dragon for an additional negate, or you can special summon an Amorphage to lock your opponent out of the extra deck. I personally prefer Sloth because it really doesn't matter, because they're going to have their attack reduced to 0 anyway, and you might as well have access to it after this after your Heretic Sphere, because you'd be able to Pendulum Summon it due to your scale. So that is actually going to be it for this video. These are really the most relevant combos that I came up with. Gets you your, again, 3 negates, a bounce, and then you can potentially get another negate off of your Persona Dragon. But overall, I'm really happy with the way this deck is progressing, and I honestly really love it. But guys, that's going to be it. Go ahead and like this video. Get it up to, let's say, between 30 and 40 likes. The moment we hit that mark of 30 at least, I will do it that day, assuming I have time. If not, it'll be the day after. That's the promise. And guys, let's go ahead and try, speaking of 4s, let's try to reach 400 subs. We already reached 300 not long ago, but I'd really like to see the channel grow and start to connect with some of you guys. I'd really like to kind of get along with everyone and kind of share some of my thoughts. Like this deck, this was by no means easy, honestly. It took a lot of thinking, but I think it paid off, and I'm really happy with the result. But guys, thanks so much for watching. If you maybe want to support the channel, there's a Patreon link in the description below. Use it if you want. If you can't, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I also have PayPal, but again, if you can't, it's fine. Just don't worry about it. It's all up to you. If you don't want to or you can't, I'll understand. It's perfectly fine. But for now, that's it. I really appreciate if you guys took the time to come watch this video. I put a lot of time into this deck, and I really am loving it. I really can't wait to show you guys the deck profile, but I want to see if you guys can reach that like goal first. So that's going to be it. Thanks for watching. Once again, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.